Writing is magic. It is incantation. It is shamanic. It is theatrical, performative, imaginative. We conjure the words which form stories. Our poems, our telling, we conjure these out of the ether. That's what words do. They conjure from out of nothing, out of thin air, the realms of the beautiful and the possible. And it is in the power of these words, it's their ability when strung together to communicate or make us and others feel. That is their power. It comes from this peculiar arrangement, the arrangement of sounds tied together and spoken or heard like spells. Words in a certain order bring things, summon things, even feelings and memories into being. They do that for us and they do that for the listener. They can exhume the past. They can exhume the dead. They can create entirely new forms, new universes. This is why writing has always been regarded as a powerful tool, as magic. And, unfortunately, by those who seek power or who fear others' power as something to be feared and controlled. Writing can change the world. That world could be one other person's world, or it could be many people's worlds. But writing has shown throughout time, throughout history, that it can change the world. It can change people's consciousness. It can change your consciousness as the writer. Sometimes we write something and we have to change. We have to be changed in order to write it. And I remind you of this. I remind you of all of these things as you step into your writing, as you aspire to write, not to scare you, not to warn you off of writing, but to place you squarely in the tradition of writing, of this medium, and to challenge you to remember yourself, to write from your heart with all of your love, your passion, your compassion, and daring. And know that when you write something as simple as the sun rose, it rises for you and it rises for your readers. What we write becomes, it is. So when you write the sun rose, the sun rises. Know that as a writer, know that is happening. When you write something, you are making it. And if you write, you are a writer. You are joining a chorus of humanity. You are joining a lineage that goes back to storytellers, healers, soothsayers, shamans, witch doctors, whatever you want to call them. These artists who could commune on different levels, not just the physical, but who could draw on cave walls and who danced and who sang around fires and who took the stick out of the fire and with that charcoal tip drew some symbols on rocks and said, that is us. This is a deer. This is the hunt. This is our story. And what they wrote, what they drew, stood for their people, stood for things, stood for the events. And these images that grew into words became maps and memories for people, for their community. It became a way to hold and to pass down their wisdom and to understand themselves and to place themselves within a universe. Tremendous power that writers conjure. I know I once wrote in a poem that artists and writers scrambled onto rooftops and climbed trees to see the edge of the world coming before anyone below on the street could fathom it. And that is what writers and artists do. They climb to some height in their imaginations, in themselves, in their spirit, in their hearts, and they bring the edge of the world, which still is not able to be seen by the people down below, by people in general who are busy, who are working, who are enduring their lives. It brings that edge of the world to them so that they can see it and feel it and experience it and find beauty and find sorrow and find expression for their own grief and struggle and pain. This is what we do as writers and as artists. So, with that in mind, here is a prompt today that goes with this idea of conjuring. The prompt is, this is, quote, I'm going to put, and I want you to fill in the blank, I'm going to put blank right here on the page for you. Now, maybe this person you put on the page, maybe it's a character you're inventing, it may be a character from a novel you want to write, or maybe it's a person who has passed and who is no longer in your life, and you want to remember them, and you want others to remember them. Or maybe it's your younger self or your older self, for that matter, that you want to put on the page right here for us so that they can live on the page. So I want you to describe this person and to give them an action, a task to fulfill, something to do on the page. So describe them physically and also give them something to do. Maybe it is something they often did. But put them to that scene. For me, maybe I would write my grandmother, who often peeled potatoes at the sink. That is a very fond memory I have of her when I was a child, watching her, seeing her hands, watching her with the paring knife slice the potatoes, skin them, cut them, and put them into a pot of water. So describe this person and animate them through the scene that you put them in. So go ahead and write now. Thank you for watching. And by the way, I want to invite you to visit devotiontowriting.com, and you can see, there are other ways maybe devotion to writing can help you cultivate your daily writing practice. You can also, so there are, say, workshops there that I have online and in person, and also some upcoming retreats that I'm leading for writers in Italy and Portugal and on Martha's Vineyard, if that is of interest and of use to you. Also, I remind you, please subscribe and to share this video, this YouTube channel with a friend who may benefit from it. So again, thank you for watching. Hey, I hope you get something out of this prompt. If you want to share it with me, you can put it in the comments, or you can find out how to contact me and send it to me in an email. I'd love to see what you're writing. I hope you write deeply today, as always. I know that you will write beautifully if you write blessings.